Hello again. We're back and now it's time to make the bowl. So we start with our rolling pin, our ball of clay that's intended for the bowl, and we'll make a start. Again, keep your scraps so that you can make something with them afterwards, either attaching it to the outside of your bowl or to make something like a pinch pot with the bits later on. So same kind of motions as what we were doing with our plate. Every once in a while give that clay a bit of a lift off of the table, and again we're going for pastry thickness. So for kids, if you ever help mum and dad make pastry for pies, short crust pastry for pies, it's that sort of thickness. Mums and dads, if you're helping, pastry thickness. So I'll just lift the lamp out of the way. And then occasionally give it a lift. See. There it is. So I'm going to set my clay to one side very gently, and then I'm going to get my bowl upside down. I've got a new tea towel because I did the plate earlier and it's still drying on the tea towel that I was using, so I've got a fresh tea towel here. Just going to drape it over the bowl so that the clay doesn't stick to that nice smooth surface. If you put the clay directly on a smooth surface, it will just stick there, especially as you're working with it and pressing things into it. It will suction to that smooth surface. So that's why we want a cloth, thin cloth, tea towel, anything like that. Will just make your life a lot easier afterwards and save tears. So I'm going to drape that clay over the bowl and then kind of begin pressing in. You can arrange your tea towel if it's getting it in the way at all. I'm just going to press the sides down and start moulding that clay. Clay is really lovely for taking the shape, whatever shape your hands are moving in, whatever shape your fingers are pressing it in. It likes to kind of work with you, but you have to be gentle with it. If you try and do it too quick, too rough, it can rip as well. So just be nice and gentle, firm but gentle, pressing your clay into that bowl sort of shape. And then we'll do some trimming as well. If you get a fold, so let's see, turn it around, see if I can turn it around. That's fine. So on this side, that's folded over because there was too much clay down there and it didn't have anywhere to go. If you have a fold, that's fine. What you can do is just press it, smooth it across like that. And then whatever height you want your bowl, you can take your butter knife and you can start trimming once you've got the shape in. So I'm gonna trim. Use your other hand to hold your clay steady so it doesn't sort of flop around on the bowl. Here they are. And we're just going to do similar sort of things that we did with the plate, except now you have a different kind of surface to work with. You've got more space to see, because with a bowl, as it stands up, you can see the outside of a bowl better than you can with a plate. So you can probably do some more fun things on it as well. So I've got a bigger strawberry leaf that I'm going to be working with here. Press in. If anything's too long or if it doesn't quite fit, just trim it off. Trim that a bit. Pinch. There we go. And just have, oh, get your spoon for pressing in. And get all those edges. If you're working with leaves or flowers, it's important to follow through all the way to the end of that little leaf, because it will give some nice definition to the print that you're making. I'm just going to finish up doing a few little details on the bowl now. I managed to find a couple more strawberry flowers, and I'm going to just press them. I'm going to press and lift and press and lift. So if you've got something at home, if you're not using plants, for example, if you're using shells or fossils, found these fossils, ammonite fossils, anything that's that makes a good stamp, you can press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, and cover your bowl, whatever part you're doing, you can cover it that way. So I've got these little flowers that are proving more robust than my first flower that I had with my plate. So I'm going to press and lift a few flowers before I add some little strawberries onto my bowl from the scraps that I have left over. So you can see I'm going to add my strawberries. I'm going to put some just around here. I've got a nice space that I've left for them. So whatever scraps you've got, if you want to make some little animal faces, or I'm trying to think what else. If you're into planets and you want to add pieces of bits of the solar system, little planets, Saturn with its rings, anything like that, just not, so the things that I'm adding on are sort of smallish. You don't want anything too big, again, because if you have something that's too thick, it could explode in the kiln, and that's all your precious work that's sort of gone. So whatever you add to the outside, make sure it's dainty, small features. So add some strawberries here, and again the clay is wet enough, so you shouldn't, as long as you press it down. I'm using my spoon to kind of just press some of the sides in, just to kind of anchor it a bit better than my fingers can't really get in as well as this spoon can. Going off. There. Lovely. Really, really pleased with that. So, sign your name. Where's my little pencil tool? Let's see, I'm going to go this way now. When you're signing your name, be careful not to poke all the way through the bottom. Otherwise, your breakfast or your soup or whatever you're having in your bowl will be all over the table once it's finished. So yeah, quite pleased with that. I'll hold it up so you can see. Right, our bowl is finished. So now what you need to do with this one is again, set it to the side, staying on the bowl and the tea towel so that it can dry a bit, become leather hard, stiff enough to lift it off without it changing its shape. And I'll talk a bit more about that once these pieces are kind of in that state, in the leather hard state. I'll do a video on that. So, but not yet. Right, bowl finished. On to our